fantasy friends, I'm Nikki, your favorite little sister. Welcome to our channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're returning. So, you know that saying, better late than never? That applies today. We're gonna do my 25 for 25 all Black authors edition, at least to my knowledge, for my research. So don't come for me if they're not all Black. I did my best. First off, we have the book I have been running from for years, Long Shot by Miss Kennedy Ryan. I just know it's overly emotional, and I just have not been in the emotional state to read this. But this is the year that I'm gonna conquer it. I don't know if I'm gonna be strong enough to read all three in the series, but I am gonna read this one. And for those of you who are like, whoa, look at that cover, where'd you get it? It's not mine, it's actually Sarita's, and hopefully she don't come from my neck when she realized I have her book. But she got it a special edition, all the covers for each of the book are special edition. It came in a Hoop Series box, so that's why I have this unique cover. Next, we have the 1619 Project. It was created by Nicole Hannah Jones. I just think with the times that we're living in right now, to move forward, you have to know your past. So I want to definitely dive into this one. This is another one that, not that I've been avoiding, but that I know is a heavier read. So I just never picked it up, but I think the time is now. Again, that is the 1619 Project. The next one y'all are gonna recognize, and you're gonna side-eye me, but I don't care. This is the year I'm finally gonna read Almost Doesn't Count, The Professor and Mrs. Jones by the lovely Nikki Michelle. So this one's been on my TBR many a times, and I just never get around to reading it, which I don't know why. I love Nikki Michelle. It is forbidden romance, a professor and a student. I don't know, but I'm gonna read it this year. Again, that is Almost Doesn't Count by Miss Nikki Michelle. Next, we have Keep You to Myself by Brianne Denée. How have I not read this one yet? Everyone has read it, everyone has loved it, and it's just time. So I'm putting this one on my 2025 TBR. And then we have my girl, Miss Danielle Allen, Curvy Girl Summer. We have met Miss Danielle Allen so many times, and this was one of her traditionally published books. So again, I don't know why I have not read it yet. I don't know much about it. I just know that it was every girl's summer read last year when it came out. So I'm going to read it this year, probably during the summer. And then we have Bunny by Wraiths. I tried to read this, I want to say it was in September, for the Curvy Girl readathon, and I couldn't get into it. I don't know what it is. I know I'm the problem. Wraiths could never. But this year, because she thick, you know, she thick. I was struggling with getting it through. And I heard that a lot of people kind of struggled with this particular book. But I want to finish the series. I'm ready to move on, so I have to read this one. Desmond, I'm coming for you. Bunny, I heard this girl crazy. I've not been ready for a crazy girl. But it's time. So that is all of the physical books I have for my 25 for 25, which means I'm gonna be buying books. And this gives me an excuse not to feel guilty because it's for content. So period. Up first, we have Casey Mills' You Could Do Damage. It is a marriage of convenience. It's giving mafia vibes. It's getting unlivers. The thing is, I wanted to read this one when Casey Mills made a graphic promoting it. But when I went to buy it, it wasn't out yet. It does not come out until February 25th. So as soon as it drops, your girl's gonna be picking it up. I cannot wait to read this one. Okay, so my goal for the rest of my books, excuse me, not all of them, because 3 or 4 of the books are on the rest of the list that I don't have the physical books for. I have read these authors, but these particular books just really speak to me. But so most of them are new to me authors, and some of them are male. I'm really trying to up my male reader game this year. There are male romance writers, which is what I mostly read. Nori and Love, y'all should definitely check them out. Fantastic. But I don't read male authors like at all or very often. So my goal was to make sure I added male authors to my list. And I wanted to try and broaden my horizons and get out of just romance, even though there are a lot of romances on the list, because that's what I love to read. I also love science fiction and fantasy, but I don't read them as often, especially like now. I used to read them more in the past. So my goal was to do research and try to find more science fiction, fantasy, paranormal, but Black. So let's get into the list. The 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. This is book 1 of the Broken Earth series. And it's about a mother who's trying to hide her secret power and save her baby. Like, it just sounds like something that I would really enjoy in movie form or TV form. So I feel like I'm going to really, really get into it. There is 3 books, I believe, in this Broken Earth series. So I'm hoping that I really like this one and I can move on to the rest of the books. That's the first one, the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. Okay, next we have Children of Blood and Bones by Tomi Adeyemi. I hope I pronounced that correct. This cover is giving, but the thing is, it's giving Storm to me because I see white hair and blue eyes on a beautiful African woman. And I never read it because I was scared that I was going to be upset that I wasn't giving Storm. But I'm mature enough now to separate the two. So I'm really excited to read Children of Blood and Bones. I've heard really good things about the series. I'm not sure what it's about, if I'm being honest. I just know once I was ready to step out of my comfort zone, this was one of the first books I thought of. And so I'm looking forward to getting it because I've also seen really pretty covers, really pretty, like, what is the thing called? The edge scrolling thing? I'll have to look it up. But when the pages look all pretty, I've seen some really pretty versions with this book. So I'm really looking forward to going to Barnes and getting my physical copy. I'm hoping again to really love this story and to expand on it. I'm ready. I'm so excited for all these new reads. Let's see what we got next. Okay, next we have Witches Steeped in Gold by Chaman Stewart. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names. 1, I can barely read, and 2, I'm an uncultured American, so bear with me. But this one is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy, and it's like 2 enemy witches having to come together to take on a common enemy. If that don't give fun, adventure, I don't know what is. And I like a good revenge plot. It's probably the unhealed girl in me. But I live for a good revenge plot. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Plus, aren't they just giving bad witches? Like, so, Steeped in Gold by Simon Smart. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Next, we have A Song of Reefs and Ruins by Roseanne A. Brown. I'm so sorry I keep looking down, you guys. My notes are down there. But this is a West African folklore about a princess and her enemy, and it's giving, from what I've read, enemies to lovers. Do I need to say more? Okay. No, I don't. The cover is definitely giving queen princess vibes. Like, the green, the background, it truly called to me. I cannot wait to jump into A Song of Reefs and Ruins. Next, we have Binti. She's just giving, like, war paint. And what really drew me to this, Binti by Nettie Okafor. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But what really drew me to this one is it's 98 pages and it is the start of a series, the Binti series. And again, she's just giving war paint. It's a short read. I feel like with all these, some of them are longer and heavier reads that I'm going to need shorter, smaller ones. And if by 98 pages, I'll know if I'm pulled in or I'm pulled out. So I'm really looking forward into getting into this one, and it's giving more sci-fi vibes. So I'm really, really looking forward to reading this one. Next, we have Fledgling, a novel by Octavia E. Butler. I love Octavia Butler. I have not read her in far too long. So as soon as I came up with the theme of fantasy, paranormal, science fiction, she was the first one I ran to. It was really hard not to put on Kindred on this list because as heavy as that story is, it's one of my favorites. But we're doing new authors, new books. So Fledgling is where we are going. I love the way Octavia Butler mixes real life, cultural, racial, all the things with a fantasy science fiction twist. So I'm looking forward to reading Fledgling and just getting back into her world. Will this turn into a year of reading nothing but Octavia Butler after this? Probably, but I'm okay with that. So on to the next. Next, we have Blackfish City, a novel by Sam J. Miller. Okay, y'all probably gonna think I'm really childish when I tell you the orca drew me in. Okay. They're writing orcas. That's like a dream come true. Orcas are one of my favorite sea animals, okay? And she rolling up on an orca? Baby, please. That's the reason I wanted to read it, because they ride in orcas. So yeah, that's Blackfish, Blackfish City by Sam J. Miller. We ride in orcas, y'all. Next, we have Mutual Obsession by Sharice Carr. This is a new to me author. It's giving, y'all see that man on the cover. Hello. If there ain't a fine chocolate man on a list, is it really a Nikki's list? That's all I'm saying. This story is also giving friends to lovers, and it's another short read. Again, something I'm gonna need to throw in there to get to my 25 while also getting the books done. But Mutual Obsession, friends to lovers, it's giving all the things that I love. Chocolate men. Gray, I'm coming for you. Okay, next we have a longer read. Y'all see why I need those in-betweens? It's Black Leopard, Red Wolf, the Dark Star Trilogy, Book 1 by Marlon James. Isn't the cover just so intriguing? Yes, sometimes I too am a cover-driven reader. But once you get into the synopsis, it talks about a tracker trying to find this boy, and I love trackers. Don't ask. There's something about the hunt that thrills me, even though this is not a romance. So it's not that kind of cat and mouse game. But I do like the idea of being in this world, and you have this tracker with enhanced sense of smell, and that's how he uses to do his job. There's something about the enhancements of humans, the evolution. If you're thinking mutants, X-Men, you're correct. That's where I'm going. I'm hoping it's something like that. I do not know, and I have no confirmation, but that's what I'm hoping, and I'm excited to get there. Think, what is it, Water Planet, where he evolved and had gills, but is what I'm thinking in the book. So he might be the only enhanced first mutant. I don't know. I'm probably grasping at straws, which is possible. But we're going to give Black Leopard, Red Wolf a try. So this one I picked purely because it says dragons. The Raids of Dragons, The Burning Book 1 by Evan Winters. Oh, please let me love this story, okay? I've been wanting more dragons and fantasy and things like that, but Black. So finding a male Black author that is going to hopefully give me that energy. I'm not asking for the exact same thing, because it sounds like in this world, people also shift into animals. So I'm not looking for a Black Game of Thrones, but I do want more fantasy, more dragons and mysticals and all those things with Black people, and not just as a supporting character, if that makes sense. So The Raids of Dragons, excuse me, is book 1. And this one is also 500, well, not also, this one's 570 pages. As someone who doesn't normally read fantasy, are they always so long? Let me know, but I'm excited for The Rage of Dragons. Okay, next we have Salacious Entrapment by Rose Dior. It's 202 pages. Okay, so the reason I want to read this is kind of inappropriate. You're probably gonna judge me, but she posted the nastiest quote from the book on Threads, and I saw it and I was like, okay. I don't know if I can put it up here, but just though it involved her girly bits, okay? And I was just like, yes, I need to read that. So I don't know nothing about this book. I just know that quote said it's a Nikki read. So again, that is Salacious Entrapment by Rose Dior. This book, beautiful cover. I want to read it solely because Jaquana White recommended it. I love her, okay, here on YouTube. And she was just talking about books that she read and that she really enjoyed. And You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akawi Emisi. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. But she had such good things to say about this book that I was like, okay, I want to read it. And that's solely the reason. I don't really know nothing about the book. But it's a beautiful cover, beautiful chocolate girl on the cover. That's all I need. Legendborn is another one that I've been seeing everywhere. It's Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I don't really know nothing about it, but because once I decided to do fantasy and things, I was like, I gotta add that one. I've seen it everywhere, so I had to add it to my list. And again, is fantasy just meant to be long? 511 pages? Y'all see why I need my little reads in between, because who has the time? I mean, I do because I read a lot, but that ain't the point. That's not the point. I'm really excited for it. And I find that I think I like YA stories better when they're not romances. The YA romances I've read in the past don't really, weren't for me. It wasn't that they were bad, they just weren't for me. So I'm thinking YA fantasy and science fiction is more my my street, not street. What's that term? My lane. Yes, my lane. So I'm really excited to get into this one. And especially that a lot of these have series, and something that dogs, my neighbor has a crazy dog. 1 second. Something that I really love about fantasies, even though I'm new to reading them, if you will, is that they always have so many parts and it kind of continues with the same people. I know some people, aka Sarita, but prefers for her series to not continue with the same people unless it's certain authors. I love when the story continues. I want to know everything about these people. I want to keep growing with these people. I want to know their kids' story. So to be getting into fantasy now, I feel like is going to really suit my taste in the long run. But again, that is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. Okay, next we have Siobhan Latrice, Applying Pressure, a Love Story. I don't approve of stalking, but it is interesting to read in books, is what I'm gonna say. Sarita recommended this one. She would not stop raving about the craziness and the madness of it all. I love Siobhan Latrice's writing, so I'm so excited to get into this stalker romance. And that's why Applying Pressure is on the list. It is on the long side, 395 pages, but I know when I'm reading Siobhan Latrice, her stuff does have, tends to be on the more lengthier side. I blow through them. I'm completely engaged from beginning to end, so I'm really excited to get into Applying Pressure. Next, we have Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Frida. I'm not going to embarrass myself any more than I've already been doing. This is her beautiful name. I'm going to have to watch a YouTube tutorial on how to say that. So I do apologize. But this one, she is on the hunt to find out what happened to her roommate. If I remember correctly, it's giving dark academia. And I don't read dark academia. Or at least I haven't. Not that I won't or I don't want to, I just have not. So from what I read, it's giving dark academia, and I'm really excited to, tip my foot into that pond a little bit. The cover really has me just shook. It's definitely eye-catching. It's gripping. I feel like this is going to be like a dark academia, dark like suspense kind of thing. So I'm probably going to see if I can convince Sarita to read it with me, because I'm probably going to be scared. But if not Sarita, I'm going to guilt baby girl into reading it with me. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to read this one alone, just because it looks a little scary. The reading age is 14 to 18, so maybe I'll be fine, but I feel like I still need a reading buddy. Does anyone want to do a buddy read with me with this one? Let me know. Next, we have Psalms. You see the cover? It's giving chocolatey and beer. Oh my gosh. It's a good thing you don't have dress, because I would faint. Psalms by Tatum James. It's giving like cute, fine, geeky guy. And while I do love the unalivers and the mafias and all those things, that's my reading taste. Like Nikki and men, like smart men, is so sexy to me. Just speak some computer to me. And he does IT. So it's bringing together all the things I love in one place. I'm really excited to get into Psalm. And Tatum James is a new to me author, so I'm also excited to add her to my list of authors. I can tell by the cover I'm gonna love it. So there's that. Next we have In the Shadow of the Hall, Guardians of the Gods Book 1 by Toby Oduberan. Sorry. But y'all see them. If this ain't giving Storm vibes, what is? Okay? Again, I don't know nothing about this story. I know it's 152 pages. So thank you. But don't they just look like Storm? Just goddesses in the sky, controlling the elements, doing the thing. That's all I needed. So that's why Toby is on the list, because he's male, new to me, and he giving me Storm vibes. So I can't wait to get into this one. And last but certainly not least, we have One Night with a Billionaire by Stephanie Nicole Norris. He's a billionaire. And if it's one night, you know what they doing. They gonna be lighting. And that's what I like. So I can't wait to get to this. And it's only 60 pages, you guys. It's gonna be such a quick, sexy, sassy read. And it's been a minute since I've read anything by Stephanie Nicole Norris. And when I say a minute, I mean a few years, okay? So I'm really excited to jump back into her catalog. And I think One Night with a Billionaire, Dream Life, is the perfect place to start. So we've reached the end. That is my 25 for 25. Let's hope I can do it, y'all. That was a lot. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys will let me know your thoughts on any of the books if you have read them. Let me know if you have any recommendations for anything by these authors or anything similar to these authors. And let me know if you want to do a buddy read, especially for that scary one. Because I don't even know if it's scary. I could be just making stuff up. But the cover gives like dark mysterious. And so I'm going to give it a try. But if it starts getting scary, I'm going to start filling out fillers to who wants to read with me. Okay? Okay. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, ring a ding ding. Until next time, see you guys later. And thank you to all our silent viewers. I appreciate you seeing us and we see you for it. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day.